We have a series of performance indicators or metrics that we use to determine how the fleet is performing overall, which obviously is a sub-measure of how well we can do our mission, which is to provide these aircraft for the operators to fly to defend our nation. And there are 9 of them. They are very difficult to achieve, and as best we can tell, we know for sure we achieved them all in July, and as best we can tell, that has not been done at least till 1996. And I say at least because we just don't have data past that. Obviously, this jet's been in the inventory since 1960, 61, these jets on the ramp. So it's a long time, but we know for sure, at least it's basically a generation, we have not met all 9 of those metrics before we did in July of this past year. But what I'm proudest of are the young airmen out there on the line. You know, we hear a lot of talk about the young generation and how hard they're willing to work. Well, I invite anybody to come out to the flight line at 5 o'clock at the end of a long day. The guys usually start about 6:30, and about 1700 they're getting off. And they've been out there all day, and it's 100+ degrees, and they're tired and beat and sweaty, and they're still doing everything they need to make these jets launch. I think when you look overall, almost 2,000 people in this maintenance group, and it takes just about every last one of them to keep these jets, with their age and all the other things we have to overcome. And that's what I'm proudest of. This is really a team award. It's not one guy. However, go out on that ramp at any time and you'll see a bunch of folks who are completely dedicated to making sure that this mission is accomplished and the 2nd Bomb Wing is able to go anywhere at any time to do anything the nation needs. It sends a message that the B-52 fleet is here, that we're viable, that the age of the aircraft, which we often hear about in the press, is not an impediment for us being able to do what the Air Force wants us to do. I think that's the same message we send our allies. Just last month, we flew a global power mission where a jet took off from here, flew all the way over to Europe, hit several key sites, and flew all the way back as a message that we can go anywhere we need to go to get the mission done. And to the nation's enemies, that's also a sign. And they know, trust me, that we're out there, and that wherever there is trouble, when they're worried about American and American air power, they're worried about the B-52. We carry more types of munitions than any other jet in the Air Force. We're capable of flying with air refueling without stopping pretty much anywhere in the globe and back. We've proven that before, and even some 60 years, almost 60 years after the jet was created, we're still able to do all that. And that's really the important message. Metrics are great, they keep us in line, but metrics are for a purpose, and that purpose is to make sure we can meet the mission. And I think in July we absolutely proved that again.